boys and girls. I'm back reading some more books for you. We're going to have more read alongs. Today, we're going to be reading The Secret Weapon. And this book is illustrated by John FAIRBRIDGE. It has separate stories in it, so I'm going to read a few chapters, but I'm going to start off with chapter 1 and then come back and read chapter 2. The Secret Weapon. My birthday present. My grandmother got caught in a castle, and it is all my fault. The castle is huge and made of stones. It has water around it and turrets with lots of colored flags flying from them. Inside, there are lots of rooms and staircases and hidden passageways and suits of armor and dusty, shadowy places. I really wanted to go and explore such a place myself, but I wished my grandmother there instead by mistake. I once thought she lived in the days of the horse and buggy, so living in a castle wasn't too different from that. But to go from her comfortable little house with TV, microwave, and automatic garden sprinkler system to a cold castle was a bit much. She told me so after I eventually wished myself there too. By the way, my name is Callum, and I'm her only grandson. But it was my grandmother's fault in a way too. She gave me a cool book on castles for my birthday. Before then, I hadn't even been remotely interested in castles. Now I wanted to go exploring, but there are no castles where I live, none anywhere in sight. This is until I built a little scale model and began making tiny figures of people to put inside. I thought my grandmother would make a good model of a cook, and so I made a figure just like her, except in a long dress and with long hair. Wow, said Gran, when I showed her what I was doing, and then she did it. She put a piece of chewing gum right on the nearest turret of the castle. My grandmother has an endless supply of chewing gum and is always getting rid of the chewed up bits to make way for a new piece. I was mad. Don't you ever put chewing gum on my castle again. You should wrap old gum up in some paper and put it in the garbage. Like Mom always says, I wish you could live inside this castle for a while. Then you wouldn't have chewing gum to put everywhere. There, I said something terrible. My grandmother loves her chewing gum. She's the only grandmother I've met who chews gum. And whoosh, ran straight to model size and walked across the drawbridge over the moat and through the big front gate of the castle. What? I yelled. What's happening? I had to squat right down to watch my tiny grandmother walk across the courtyard toward a big stone staircase. She stopped and asked directions from a soldier. He held a big long spear. They're called pikes in his hand. Wow, I thought. Grant's not even afraid. But then I realized she was probably asking directions to the kitchen. She was. After all, their new cook, then I couldn't see her anymore. How could I watch over her and see that she was all right? Life could be pretty rough and tough in a castle. All those servants and draughty windows and just straw to sleep on, and what would the food be like? Big slabs of meat and lots of herbs and honey and bread? No chocolate cake or freshly squeezed orange juice? Then I remembered that Gran was about to become the cook. There, and I heaved a sigh of relief. My grandmother is the best cook I know, even better than my father, and he's a chef. She can do wonders with whatever bits and pieces of food are around. That was a relief. Food is very important to me. And if I was going to try to get into the castle to find Gran and bring her home again, I need plenty of food. Just thinking about my grandmother's cooking made me hungry. I grabbed a big sandwich and a chocolate milkshake. Then I went over the plan I was thinking about. Man. So now here's chapter 2, and we will continue on to chapter 2, which I almost said we were going to resume on, but I'm going to say continue on to chapter 2 on the next video. All right, everyone. Have a good day.